We provide emergency shelter for women who are homeless, escaping abuse and domestic violence, or released from police custody with nowhere else to go. We work closely with 125 and Beloved, who reach out to women who are sex workers, and they may bring women into us during the night for somewhere safe to stay. The police and the ambulance service will also call and bring women to our door, for they are unsafe.
We launched our day services just over a year ago, and it's been really amazing to see them grow and develop. It feels like over that time we've just been building trust and connection with the women who come to our services. And within those groups we've seen kind of the immediate impact on the women, but also like the long-term growth and development. So we've seen connection, which is amazingly healing, and just, so much hope and freedom in their lives. I feel very encouraged.
We've been really busy over the last few months. We've had more agencies referring women into the night shelter, which is great, because that's one thing I've been trying to do since I opened up the night shelter in May last year. So we've had an increase of referring agencies. I think we now have about 14, 15 agencies are referring people in. Quite often what we find is women are quite feeling anxious and worried, and they need the reassurance that they are safe. So one of the first questions women will ask me is, Nicola, how long can I stay? And I always reassure them and I say, there is no time frame. Even though we're emergency short-term accommodation, you're welcome to stay here as long as you need to until other accommodation is found. And sometimes that's all that they need to have that reassurance.
So on Tuesdays, we run our creative wellbeing group. We run that in partnership with a charity called Maybe Southwest. And with the help of some trainee counsellors, we run free creative sessions. The clients have ownership what they do in that session. They come with all their ideas, they share with the group, and it can be as directed or undirected as they want. And it's just a space for them to kind of talk a bit about what's going on in their lives as much as they want to, but without the pressure of that kind of one-to-one conversation. On Wednesdays, we have our health hub. In the mornings, we have a partnership with the Homeless Health Service in Bristol, and they have funding to provide trauma-informed cervical screening. We also provide like basic health checks, and I think a lot of the women just come along to be reassured about various different health issues and get signposted and referred to the Compass Centre, to their GP, to get some tests and checks done. And we've also had liver screening and vaccinations come along to those sessions too. So we have our beauty sessions on a Wednesday afternoon. They're run in partnership with the Beauty of Caring, which is a social enterprise. And each week, these sessions alternate between group workshops and one-to-one treatments. So one-to-one treatments are facials, massages, manicures. It's our most popular session, of course. And it's just kind of reinforcing the idea that human touch can be positive, particularly after so many of the women have experienced abuse. We've had drop-ins from SafeLink and Nelson's Trust, who run a recovery group. And we're looking at what more we can provide in the mornings for the women who are currently staying in the night shelter. Every couple of months, we host a session called The Salon in partnership with Haircuts for Homeless. And they provide the full salon service, wash, cut and style for any women who are needing a haircut. So our day services aren't just for the women staying in the night shelter. They can be accessed by anyone else who needs us. So we've had referrals from agencies across Bristol, but also we've just had people phoning up, dropping us an email, or just showing up at the door sometimes.
Many of the women suffering with mental health issues due to their lifestyle and trauma they have faced. They have been rejected and despised by society and by those they love and trust.
There's one particular lady who stayed with us recently, and she was referred into the night shelter. She'd just been discharged from women's prison with nowhere to go. And within that prison, she'd been serving a sentence for a very serious violent offence. And I wasn't sure what to expect when that referral came through, but my thoughts were at the time, Jesus never turned any way, let's welcome her in. Anyway, she stayed at Spring of Hope for a short period of time while the probation service sought alternative accommodation for her. And I'll always remember the morning that she left, I helped her with her bags to where she needed to go. And when saying goodbye, she hugged me and she was so grateful for everything that people had done for her here, that we'd been so kind and welcoming. And something that really spoke to me as we hugged was there was a time in this lady's life when she had shown so much hatred, but now she was able to show love due to the care and compassion the team have expressed to her during her stay at Spring of Hope.
One particular lady, which I'm really touched with her, her sense of humor, the way she appreciates us being here. And when she wakes up in the morning, the way she comes to staff to say, I'm grateful, makes us feel we are doing a lot and makes us also feel good. Secondly, there is also one lady which I can recollect also being here with us for some time. She was also lovely. She came in very traumatized, but with the help of us and the staff, being talking to her sometime makes her feel at home. We checked on her every morning to see how far she's going. Then when she comes back, before she was leaving, she gave us a card saying thank you, which really shows how much she's been appreciated by us and everyone. So
something that really sticks with me is when the women feel safe enough to share their stories with us. We don't take it for granted, and it's just such a privilege that they trust us with them. Yeah, so in each of the group sessions that we run, I'd say we see a difference in the women from the start to the end of the session. Often they can come in quite agitated, frustrated, really quite down. And then as the session goes on, you see a real shift in their mood. I mean, just being able to share about what's going on in their lives, like they can share that emotional burden and they feel a lot lighter. But then the impact of, being creative or having a haircut or having a facial done or just like connecting with other people, like every single time they leave different. And like, yeah, we always have time to reflect on it at the end, the volunteers and I, and like, it's so encouraging. But also, as it's been over a year now, we've seen those longer term changes in the women. So we've seen increased self-confidence, hope for the future. We've seen them reconnecting with families. We've seen them making friends, heading into employment. And yeah, it's just so awesome. Like, that wasn't evident at the start because it was also new to us. But yeah, we're really seeing the impact now and it's amazing.
So anyone can experience homelessness and it doesn't affect everyone equally. So women will quite often have different experiences to men. They are more likely to experience abuse and trauma before and after homelessness. And street life can be very dangerous. So quite often women will hide away, and this is what's called hidden homelessness.
So something to pray for specifically for the women here at Spring of Hope would be for freedom. We believe that God can bring breakthrough in any area of people's lives, no matter how hopeless it may seem.
We'd really appreciate prayer for the women staying overnight here. And if you can pray for a bedroom, that would be great. So our bedrooms are named from women from the Bible. So we have Sarah, Ruth, Mary, and Eve. So it'd be really great if you can just pick a bedroom and pray over that bedroom at night. And also, I'd really appreciate prayer for myself, my staff team, and my volunteers. We celebrate with the women when they have great news that they're going to be moving on into other accommodation or whatever that might be. But we also walk with them in their times of crisis. We hear their trauma, we see their trauma. So please pray over the well-being of myself, my staff team, and my volunteers. But above all, please pray for the women. The verse in Psalms that I hold close to my heart is Psalm 121, 7-8. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and going, both now and forevermore. Please pray for women with their coming and going. Pray for their safety and pray for their protection. Thank you.